message across that Pandita Ramabayi's 100 years death is being celebrated. Normally birth will be celebrated. And he has put out that we will also celebrate death. It's very unique. The other one is that Pandita Ramabai is a social reformer. And for the first time, when the film producer was talking to me, he made a very interesting observation. That I made this film 20 years back. By then also she was completely a neglected figure. But thereafter, even after 20 years, she is still neglected. But for the first time, Ramabai is seen along with Ambedkar and Mahatma Phule. This is a new phenomenon that has come in. Now, I have been in the field of activism for the last 45 years and more. And I have seen several meetings on social reformers in the left movement, in the liberalist movement, and they put Rajaram Mohan Roy as social reformer, Ranade as social reformer, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar as social reformer. In Telugu, Tamil, South, there are a number of social reformers. But even they never put Pandita Ramabai as a social reformer with them. The left and the liberal, those who are today, Madam was speaking about the Sanskrit Pandits. Actually there is a serious problem with Sanskrit itself. And once is a Pandit, there is more problem. So, I can understand a Sanskrit Pandit not allowing into a textbook Pandita Ramabai who married, he was not a Shudra, he was a caste, and in a legal way, and then she took to Christianity. But what happened to the left? But what happened to the liberals who celebrated social reformers, wrote hundreds and hundreds of books. And except two books written by two women, one is Meera Kosambi and the other one is Uma Chakrabarti. During the free feminist movement kind of environment they wrote. Nobody wrote. Now I could understand, we can understand, they are not writing about Phule. They are not writing about Ambedkar. They are not writing much more about Savitribai Phule. But why not about Pandita Ramabai, who was a Brahmin and who was a Sanskrit scholar? For anything, they say great Sanskrit Pandit. She was one. And I don't agree with one conclusion, man, that you drew. That Sanskrit is not Indian language. There is no love of Sanskrit among people at all. It was a Brahmin language, just small caste language. And it was considered to be Indian language. Now, in a great struggle, in the tragedies, death after death, including our own daughter, just 40 years before her. Our own friend, about whose medical degrees he went to celebrate to America, she died at the age of 27. She died very young. So, and she died at the age of 64. And there is a great reformer in her, no doubt. And I was looking at some of her books, particularly the Hindu, high caste Hindu woman. I was wondering why she wrote only about high caste Hindu. Why not about Indian book? She had perhaps the same problem that the men have today. If she includes all women, she would have been completely opposed on the question of equality, on the question of relationships and caste. She did not take up caste issues at all. Though she wrote in the introduction about caste system in the book. So therefore, Sanskrit was a Brahmin language which was considered to be just 4% people's language as Indian language. Shankaracharya, who was 20, who travelled from Kerala to whole of North and spoke to Brahmin people, nobody else. And Pandita Ramabai could go from Pune to Calcutta and get a doctorate degree in Sanskrit because that was a Brahmin language. Today, tell me, what is the Shudra, Dalit, Adivasi woman's national language? Is it Hindi? Is it a national language? Is it Marathi or is it Sanskrit? Is it Persian or is it Urdu? And I have been campaigning for the last 30 years. The Andhra Pradesh and Telangana government now adopted English is their national language. Many Dalit women know English. They can speak to their Dalits outside their state. So that was Pandita Ramabai's nation. Therefore, she would get this much. Now, therefore, today, I think those of us who are in the field of research, writing, Pandita Ramabai need to be problematized more and more. Need to be written about. Need to be clubbed definitely with Pune Savitribai Ambedkar. And she may not go with Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Ranade, and they may not accept. They may not accept for the simple reason that she became a Christian. When they did not accept even in 2007, when there was no BJP power, today they will not accept more. That's as simple as that. Now there is a problem with the Brahmin mind itself. And to me, there are many men who came out of it, not that they did not come out of it. Basava came out of it. But to me, in the entire Indian history, including feminist women, this is the only woman who came out of Brahminism. This is the only woman who came out of Brahminism, and she, I mean, imagine a woman writing a book in English. I was shocked to see her signature in such a beautiful language. She learned English so quick, and she learned other languages. And that means if Shudra, Dalit, Adivasi women are allowed to learn other languages, they would learn 101 languages within one life. They are that capable. So Ramabai was capable. Therefore, my view is that I think Sunil Sardar and his team has done an excellent job, and Satya Sodha. And I tell you, only Satya Sodha truth seekers can do this, not Arya Samajas, not Brahma Samajas. She was a follower of Brahma Samaj.
Yeah, and Arya Samaj both.
And quite peculiarly, she calls her organization Aryan Mahila Samaj. She did not call Indian Mahila Samaj. So she wanted to go with the Aryans. And today we know who Aryans were, at what stage they came, what production they did. The books are now very clear, DNA studies are very clear. But yet she wanted to go with Arya Samaj because at that time it could be understood. Now today, there is enough material in her, enough material in her struggle that she can be called a Dalitized woman. And you know what I am saying, a Dalitized woman. When I said this in my book, Why I Am Not a Hindu. No, I did not say that, you Christianize yourself or you Islamize yourself. You Dalitize India. What is Dalitization? Dalitization is living labor as life. Sanskritization means living leisure as life. Now, in entire Vedic text, because I did my PhD on Gautam Buddha's political thought, in comparison with the Sanskrit literature, in entire Vedic Ramayana Mahabharata, show me, is there any single page about how land was killed, how production was done, how cattle were grazed, how all India lived with production at all? Nothing in it. So the Sanskrit literature was anti-production. Totally anti-production. How can a nation live with anti-production language? Therefore, today a situation has come, you have to think of Dalitize even the Shudras. I am a Shudra. What is Dalitization? Share everything that is available among you. Don't hide. Now today, it is not sharing. Within 8 years, Adani has got the wealth of equivalent to Bill Gates. It's not sharing. It is accumulating. Accumulative culture. I think, taking Pandita Ramabai, I think Sunil every time put Savitribai there above. Because she is older to her and she is the mother of education. Lastly I tell you what is our Shudra problem. I am a shepherd, Kanchaya shepherd. When I was about to be sent to school, when I was in 9 years, a single teacher who was appointed in my village as a teacher came and asked my mother to send me and my brother to school because he needed some kids to teach and survive. His job has to be there. When he came and asked my mother said, Ayya, if we shepherds send our children to school, Devil Saraswati will kill them. The teacher was shocked. Saraswati is goddess of education. Then my grandmother came from behind the house and said, no. Saraswati will teach education, give education to Brahmins and Banyas. She will kill Shudra children. They were illiterates for centuries, generations, and they have that understanding of Saraswati. And here is a degree for her. This is a great degree for her. So there is the difference between my mother and grandmother and Ramabai is thousands of miles. In spite of the fact they suffered, she fought, she is a liberator. After the famine, she opened up her mission to all kinds of artisanal occupations. But earlier, no. She was only teaching upper caste girls. Now, it is in this I think we need to locate her and we need to club with the Dalit, Adivasi, Shudra liberators and she is our women liberator along with Savitribai. Thank you.